UIG University Improv.
Hello, and welcome back to, I think it's the 4th episode now.
It would indeed be the 4th episode
of the UIP University Improv Group Podcast. As always, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Sarah, and we are your hosts.
On the FIFA flow, the notorious go, so let's go. Come on, get yourself in the seat. They gon' bring the yellow tape when we gon' make a scene. Let's go.
And joining us today are Amy and Karanveer.
Yeah! Hello. We're all clapping. The whole world is clapping. Everybody's clapping.
Cool.
Yes.
So, like usual, we'll start off by allowing you two to introduce yourselves and tell us about how long maybe you've been doing improv and what your involvement with the UIG group has looked like this year and I guess in the years past.
Oh, amazing. Okay, well, my name is Amy. I have been doing improv for about 5 years now, since I was in high school, and this is my second year with the UIG. My first year, I was a promotions officer. This past year, I have been the public relations executive, and that is my involvement with the group, and I love it.
Heck yeah!
My name's Karanveer. It's my 3rd year doing improv. My 2nd year with the UIG. Last year I was just a regular member, but this year I've been running the social media for the group, so it's been a lot of fun.
Amazing. You've been doing a great job at it too. I love seeing your posts.
Ooh, thank you.
So much emoji usage, and it's just like, here for it. I'm here for it.
They're there for a reason.
Why don't you tell the people the UIG's Instagram if they want to check out some of the photos?
Oh yeah, follow at Notorious UIG on Instagram, at the Notorious UIG on Twitter, Notorious UIG, the UofA Improv Group on Facebook, and UofA Improv on Snapchat.
Damn, Karanveer's like got this all down. This is
I've
great.
typed it out so many times. It's just in my mind.
We also have a
Amazing.
website, which is notoriousuig.com, where you can find this podcast as well as links to all of our social media.
Excellent.
So you two, they just high-fived, which was very cute. But you two are, I would say, the two queens of UIG.
Oh my god.
And Amy is actually our boss this year as the promotions exec.
Yeah.
Technically
Yes.
the truth. All
And
three of you.
Karanveer's boss too, because
Yes.
social media, that's part of that.
Yeah.
We're a team.
And
We are a team.
the elections are coming up,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and you're all looking to kind of move forward with the group, take on more responsibilities. Can you kind of talk about what you guys are looking to do next year?
Well, I'm ready for the promotions executive, coming for Amy's throne.
Ooh.
I feel like I've learned a lot from working with Amy and the rest of the promotions team, so I'm excited to hopefully be able to run that and make it better than ever.
We're
No shade, no tea.
we're all part of the promotions team. That's what we are.
Yes.
So as they said, right now I'm the public relations executive, and I've been working with all of them this year, doing some fun stuff, promoting the group, and I have had so much fun creating lots of stuff this year and working with so many people, and I know that Karanveer is going to do an amazing job coming up as the public relations executive, obviously. So
It's only implied that he has the role just because he's it's an unopposed running role. No diss. But I'm just saying, you know.
They knew not to mess with me.
So I know that I'm going to be leaving this position in great hands, and this year I'm running for the president external role, which is basically the face of the group who just overlooks the rest of the executives and helps with decision making and reaching out to other groups, dealing with our workshops and all that fun stuff.
Heck yeah. So while we're on the topic of promo, since we are the promo team,
Hello.
we do a lot of promoting of our own events and external festivals as well. So I was just interested in hearing maybe what was a highlight or two from a UIG event and or a external event.
Oh my god, that's so difficult because there are so many fun and amazing things. Do you mean as a
Like
promotion
festivals.
standpoint or?
Well, both. So while we promote our own group, we also love to continue to foster relationships with other groups as well.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Well, this year I have gone to several different festivals that we have externally sent our group to, just sometimes as a participant, other times just to go watch the festival. I just came back actually a few days ago from the Impulse Festival, which is out of UBC Improv in Vancouver, and that was just amazing. We have made tons of connections with people, and probably my highlight is hanging out with the people from U of W, which is Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Specifically, my friend John. I am in love with him, and
John just got the full shout out.
John is getting my full shout out because John was the highlight of that festival, and
We
getting
love
to
you, John.
yeah, we love you, John. Getting to watch the Winnipeg teams perform, and of course all of the teams, but just we got the connections that you make are the highlight of the festivals for me.
I also was with Amy in Vancouver for Impulse. I also had a lot of fun connecting with everyone from everywhere. It's just so nice to be with a group of people who love doing what you're doing and just having fun doing it. Another fun promotions highlight for me was doing the countdown on Instagram for
Yes.
our festival.
Oh, Carnivore, so good, so good.
And that was really fun because we got to give like a little preview of all the teams joining us from all over the place, so that was a lot of fun. And I got to get the names, so I looked very impressive when I was meeting everyone. I was like, I know your name, and they're like, whoa, and I was like, yeah.
That's awesome, and there can't be a better face for like the first person that people see when they're being introduced to UIG. Carnivore, you are great,
Queen.
and
Thank you.
so are you, Amy.
Thank you.
And so are you, Sarah.
Thanks.
And so am I. And so
Yeah,
are you,
you
John. You're doing
Yes!
awesome.
And everyone else listening, but John. John is the best.
So what leads you both to want more responsibility within UIG?
If I may. So I think for me, part of it is when I first joined the group, I was like a scared, tiny little lost, sad puppy joining, and I felt very confused, but it was such a welcoming group, and the executive team worked so hard, and I loved watching the group expand and seeing such wonderful people running it. So I think that as I move forward, working with the group is just very amazing and fulfilling to be a part of it expanding and growing bigger and being that face for other people to be welcomed into a group like this, I guess. And even though it is a ton of work, it is so rewarding when you get to watch people enjoying themselves and just loving improv, loving the social aspects. It's definitely worth all of the hard work.
So you've grown with the group to a point now where you want to help those who are growing by being the person who helped you originally. That is such a good round
Exactly.
circle story.
The circle of life.
The circle of life.
Full circle.
Hakuna Matata.
All right.
It's a wonderful thing.
I don't know how I'm gonna follow that up. Mine was my reasons are very similar. I also was very shy last year. I didn't show up a lot. I was scared, but like the executives really helped me come out of my shell and like enjoy the experience a lot more. So next year, I'm just hoping to give back to this group that gave me so much.
Aww.
Can I add a little bit to that and what
Yeah,
I
for
said?
sure.
Is that a lot of people that are running for executive positions this year, all of them actually that are running, I have worked with in different ways in the past. And I think that if I get this role, no matter who else is elected, it is going to be such a good team. Especially working with Carnivore this year has been wonderful. So I think that if I am elected the president and he's elected for public relations, we can use this background we have together to just do like crazy wonderful things. So
Heck
And I
yeah.
love everyone else who's running. Like it's such a good group of people.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, like anyone who wins, it'll be a strong
The group
year.
is in good hands next
Yes.
year, no matter what,
Heck
which is
yes.
exciting.
You guys are a good team in yourselves because you guys were rock star hosts during
Oh
our
my gosh,
festival.
How did we
we've
forget
done
to
so
highlight
much
that?
together.
Yeah, we hosted the final
Did you,
night
sorry,
of the
were you
festival.
hosting or were you
Go.
ghosting?
We were hosting
Hosting.
because we were actually dead, and
Yeah.
we portrayed ghosts that were hosting the final night of the UIG festival this year at the end of January. But then we came back to life, so we're fine.
Thankfully.
Whew.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
Close call.
Yeah, it really was.
What are some of the things that this might be a touchy subject for Amy, but what are some of the things that you guys might do differently if you guys
you
assume
better.
you're given roles?
Just real quick, I'm not going to be offended by what Carnivore says because this year
Of
he has
course
brought
not.
so many wonderful ideas to the table, and I know that he will be amazing, and the job can only keep getting better if you work at it.
Well, one thing I'm adding is officer dedicated just to the podcast. The podcast was a great baby made by Sarah and Ethan, and I thought that if we had just one or two people dedicated to it, it could be like a great tool to help expand the group, get the name out there, something fun. It's like interesting to like talk to people. So I think like having a specific role, and the podcast we did create it like in the middle of the year, so that's not like yes that's one of my bigger points.
Well, we did the podcast and the newsletter all year, and I can say that it's a lot of work for two people. So,
but it's also fun to do.
It's a lot of
fun.
fun.
Yeah, it's a volunteering role that anyways, I can speak for myself. It's such an enjoyable role, and it's so exciting now to kind of just be sitting down with like members of our team and just being able to, just like hang out, chat, talk.
And forever be in the memory of the UIG.
Heck
Yeah.
These are like
Yes.
archives. You can go digging back, and we'll be able to find the first
Absolutely.
ever podcast.
And we can like find a segment of us playing, I don't know, a one-word story. Wow,
Yeah.
us doing that on the podcast again? Would we really? Yes.
Yes.
All
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Are y'all ready
I'm
for a one-word
scared.
story?
Oh, it just happened.
What's happening?
Are you ready?
Always.
As I'll ever be.
Let's see.
We're doing a one-word
my.
story,
That
by the
is
way.
a yellow painted door, so yellow. Let's go with that. Yellow.
Ooh.
Start off our story here, Amy.
Sunshine.
Rainbows.
Ponies.
Filled.
The
Air.
Harmonies.
Sank.
into
My.
Eyes.
While.
I
Spoke.
Two.
My.
family
They.
Listened.
Intently.
because
I.
Told.
Them.
the
Story.
Of.
The.
prophecy
This.
Prophecy.
Was.
all
Magical.
And.
Intense.
there
Was.
No.
Hope.
because
I.
Am.
Yellow.
And that is the prophecy. There is no hope because I am yellow.
like Homer Simpson.
Like Homer Simpson.
Like Homer
yellow.
Is there any hope for the Simpsons? I'm kidding. Great show. Great
Poor
show.
Simpsons, right? I think that's the moral of that story. But I wish you guys could see that because we were doing good hand actions.
There
with
was a
that.
lot of hand actions.
We were on the same page.
Yes.
And that was tons of fun. Oh, on the topic of UIG.
This whole thing.
Okay,
I love it.
what about UIG? Ethan?
Promotions, more
yeah.
specifically, yeah. And archiving and being able to look back on this, I think this is a good time for us to shout out Jared Leader, who has made the logo for every single podcast.
Yeah, another member of our
Not
team.
necessarily
Another
the
member of our
logo.
team.
The logo was made years ago by Jordan Edmonstone,
Right.
who was a previous member of the UIG. But the graphics and all the posters and everything you see for the podcast, for everything, that was made by another promotions officer, Jared Leader. And I guess while we're at that, we can talk about our good friend Caesar T.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Caesar T has helped to make all the videos. I'm not going to say all the videos, but most of the videos throughout this year by recording and editing, adding music, and all of that fun stuff. So
Shots fired.
we have a wonderful team that everyone's working really hard, so that's a good thing.
It's been fun to be a part of this team, especially as a new member. A big thing that I looked for when moving to Edmonton was community, and you get that instantly when you join a big accepting group like improv or any theater group, because the whole philosophy behind it is failing until you have something good. And we all see each other fail.
It's like in Toy Story where Buzz Lightyear's like, I'm not, or something along the lines of falling with style. You know, he's trying to fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I just really
Sure.
thought of Toy Story for absolutely no reason.
You know,
It's fine.
who falls with style?
Who?
Cats.
But cats like leap. They don't fall. They like leap from surface.
They know what they're
to
doing.
surface.
Sure.
Exactly.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to implement, thanks for asking.
Yeah. Use the platform that you made.
I was gonna say it before, but then a wild word
Oh
at
my
a
gosh,
time
yes.
story
Oh my gosh, I'm
happened.
sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. It was good, and I loved it. There are so many high school improvisers out there that don't get utilized and don't have enough performance opportunities. Fun fact about the UIG, we have no age restrictions. You don't have to be in university. You could be 10 years old, stumble into the UofA, and start doing improv with us. That is a fact.
It
So
is.
I would like next year to have more high school students that we do collaboration shows possibly with, and have workshops with all of the high schools to get young students and teenagers and whatnot thinking about theater and improv as an outlet, and working with people that they might see as mentors and whatnot. And that way, when they're in high school, they can know that if they like improv, it doesn't have to stop there.
Heck yeah.
That was just like one thing.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, so true. And you know, if the university programs reached out when I was doing high school improv, and they were more part of that high school community, then it would have changed my attitude about carrying on after high school. You know, it kind of feels like after high school a chapter's over, but it doesn't have to be like that. If we like get them to start coming, we meet in the evenings, Mondays and Thursdays. It might change next year. I don't know. It
No,
depends.
it never.
No, doesn't
No.
change.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Pretty constant.
Just because the chapter's over doesn't mean there's another page.
Carnivore.
It's like the blank page where you write all your notes at the end
Yes.
of a book.
It's like a magical book that like it just never
It
ends
never ends. Yeah.
until you die.
Sounds frustrating. I would like to read that book. Like, what's
Nobody
gonna
has
happen?
Nobody has to read it.
It's like a diary.
You all read your own books.
Yes.
Whoa. We're living our books.
Ooh, this is like a creepy after school special.
This is very much it.
Yeah, and like, if you're listening at home, you can just imagine that we all like turned into ghosts, and now we're like
Yeah.
floating.
Not again!
We're the ghosts. Sarah and I are the ghosts of this show.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
the podcast.
That's a podcast.
Yes. Of the potty baby.
The what?
No, maybe
I'm
not.
never gonna call him that again.
Potty. I mean, I might. I have the power to rename it.
He's gonna, no longer the UIP. Now it's gonna be called the Potty Baby.
Isn't that what it is, though?
For real.
Anyway.
Honestly, when we were originally like spitballing names, like I said like UIP, and then I just sat there like giggling like a fucking like 10-year-old for like a solid 10 seconds, and I was like, wait, actually that might work.
It's like,
And
I
thus
find
the
it
Potty
sleep.
Baby was born.
The potty baby.
Yeah.
So
I
funny.
kind of like how this episode has kind of taken a turn to like reminiscing with the promotions team.
Well, for
and
real, this is
what
our
the-
last podcast. We're about to partake in our last
The
UIG
show.
show tonight.
Yeah.
It's
Come watch
currently
it. Oh wait.
March 29th. You'll probably be hearing this after March 29th, but like right now is just like a sentimental time for the
Yeah.
UIG
I
group.
know,
We're all
reminiscing.
ending.
it went super well, by the way. The show, if you're wondering.
Oh yeah, the show that's happening.
Yeah.
The show that's happening in a 2 hours.
2 hours.
I don't
Yeah,
know
like-
time. There's
Call
a
time
clock
is in
there.
an hour.
That's crazy. Like
Anyway, they don't.
Ball time is right now.
Yeah, we also just had our last workshop.
Yep, that's true.
So there's no more of those.
Yeah, the UIG is coming to a close.
And how does that make the both of you feel?
Huh.
I'm excited because that means elections are coming up.
Yeah.
If you are a member and you've paid your membership fee, come by on April 9th at 5:30 to EdN2115 and vote. Here are the
Yes.
platforms of all the people running, the
Candidates.
candidates. That's the word. And just, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a little bit sad because this year's being put behind us, but new things to come ahead for us.
Heck yeah.
Excited.
Oh, and it's been heck
Another
of
high
fun.
five.
Yeah. The fun don't stop,
No.
especially with a good team like you guys.
Aw.
Oh my
Thanks.
gosh. Thank you.
And that's the time that we have for our last episode of the year.
Oh my god, you guys.
Tears everywhere.
Yes.
Oh my god, they're filling up the room.
Oh
Oh my god,
We're actually, we're gonna turn it
UIG, 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 UIG University Improv Group.